What is going on, guys? This is Austin Boyer from, sorry, I'm not used to this whole StreamYard thing. Anyway, this is Austin Boyer from Wrestling World Podcast, which can be found on Spotify, Apple, Good Pods, and wherever you stream your podcast. But anyway, guys, I'd like to thank Mr. Rick Del Santo for having me on, and I would like to welcome you all to PWZ, Pro Wrestle Zone. Before we get into tonight's episode, guys, a few quick shout-outs. All right, guys, check out Dead Killer 1x1, Simply Dynamic Temple, and Smooth Lens Photography. So be sure to check them out. Great stuff, guys. Definitely. On tonight's episode, I just want to give a quick introduction. My name is Austin Boyer. I'm a huge pro wrestling fan. I do have a podcast, like I mentioned in the beginning. And I started my podcast basically because I love pro wrestling. And I started out as a hobby, but I began loving what I do. So, to give my opinions to you guys each week and every week is great. And I love what I do. And I'm going to continue to do it as long as I can, as long as you guys will let me. And like I always say, if you don't like my opinion, oh well, that's the good thing about professional wrestling is we always have an opinion. We always don't have to agree. But that's the world of professional wrestling. That's why my podcast is called Wrestling World, because it's the world of professional wrestling. And there's so much of it nowadays, guys. From New Japan to Impact to Ring of Honor to EW, WWE, so much of it now. And it's so hard to keep up with, and that's why I told Rick I'd jump on PWZ and cover, some stuff to help him out. Rick's a great guy. And like I said, I'd like to thank him for having me on and getting to have the chance to talk to you guys and let you guys get to know me a little bit better. So I will be covering this show as often as I can. And I will be giving you guys the latest news on pro wrestling, whether that's WWE, AEW, whatever, the latest breaking news as often as we can. And that's what we're hoping to do. We're hoping to give you guys as much content as possible. We're hoping to, do some big things in time. Obviously, Pro Wrestle Zone, it's a big deal. And I'm grateful to be on, and I'm grateful to be a part of this, and I'm happy, grateful for this opportunity. But on tonight's episode, guys, I want to talk about Vince McMahon and why I dislike the guy and why I think that he shouldn't get away with everything that's going on. So if you haven't heard, Vince McMahon is basically being investigated again. Are you surprised? I'm not. But, and again, it's for allegations and whatever. But could this be the end of Vince McMahon? Probably not. He'll probably pay off somebody or, something's going to happen. It seems like whenever something happens to Vince, nothing ever sticks. It seems he gets out of it one way or another. We thought that Vince McMahon was, going away for WWE from good. We thought he was just going to disappear. We thought that Triple H would take control. We thought that Nick Khan would take control, Stephanie, whoever. We thought that Vince was out of the picture for good. Boy, were we wrong, right? Vince, he came back within, less than a year and became chairman. Maybe he thought the investigation was going to, go away, but that did not happen. and in my opinion, I think Vince came back way too soon. Obviously, this stuff is not going to go away, and even at his age, he really shouldn't come back. Leave it to Triple H. Leave it to whoever's in creative control right now. God knows who's in control. Because we see a lot of ups and downs from WWE. It's up here 1 minute and down the next. Creatively, at least in my opinion. But Vince, what's going on with him? It's tough to look at because I look at it from both ends. Yes, Vince gave us years of entertainment, and I think that's why a lot of fans, try to brush this off, and a lot of people as well try to look at things differently. They say, "Oh well, it's Vince McMahon. He's gave us entertainment. He can get away with it." Well, think of it this way: if Vince McMahon was not a part of WWE at all in his life, you people would be saying, "Okay, throw Vince in jail," and that's my thoughts. But the main question is Vince going to come back from this? Is he going to retire again? If anything, regardless, I think he should retire, whether these allegations stick or not at his age. He shouldn't be sticking around. Leave it to somebody else. Leave it to somebody who is more in touch with the product. Obviously, we see Triple H doing a much better job, and Shawn Michaels taking over NXT. Leave it to those guys. They're the bee's knees when it comes to professional wrestling. They know it, and it's better to leave it in the hands of somebody that does know it than to leave it to somebody like, let's say, Dixie Carter. Who the Jarretts had left it to, and she, in my opinion, had ran TNA into the ground. So, and that's just a prime example of what could happen if you don't leave it in the hands of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. A lot of people give Nick Khan a hell of a time. He gets a lot of criticism, but I think he's doing pretty decent. Since Vince left, we've seen the product actually become a little bit better. I wouldn't say it's better as a whole. There's a lot of injuries too. Randy Orton's injured. There's no plans for him creatively, from what I'm hearing. Bray Wyatt's out. I've heard there's plans for him to come back. He was supposed to have been cleared to come back. Well, almost to clearance, I'm sorry. But as far as I know, there's no creative plans for him yet, right now at least. But we might be seeing him return. So that's some positivity out of nothing. Bianca Belair, I think, is injured. She suffered an injury. I think it was Monday or Friday. I don't remember. I just know she was on the ground. But anyway, a lot of injuries in WWE, guys. A lot of things. Maybe kind of holding WWE back. A lot of talent being misused. A lot of injuries. There's a lot of talent not getting booked properly. A lot of talent not even being on TV or not getting enough TV time, as much as like Roman Reigns or the Judgment Day, who, in my opinion, we see get most of the TV time, if not the majority of it. So I definitely see a lot of holes with the WWE. A lot of things need to be fixed, and that's without Vince McMahon. So, regardless, I don't think WWE's ever going to be, the perfect product or something that we can just enjoy every week. But it's definitely gotten better, in my opinion. It's going to have its up, it's ups and downs. It's going to have, the holes in the product as we see, but it has gotten better. It's not like TNA, and TNA, I brought up TNA earlier. To me, that's just unwatchable. But back to what we're saying, guys. Vince McMahon, yeah. Regardless if he's here or not, I feel like he's always going to be around. He's going to be in somebody's ear, whether it's Triple H, Stephanie, Nick Khan, whoever. I'm just not a fan of this guy. And I don't think he can she should get away with anything, regardless of who he is. Because if this is anybody other than Vince McMahon, you guys, myself, and everybody included would be saying, throw him in jail. I don't know what the deal is, but, it's just, yes, he's given us a lot of years, a lot of entertainment. And regardless if these allegations stick, he should step down. And it's and a lot of people might disagree with that. Some of you may agree, but we'll see what happens. I honestly, my thoughts with these allegations, looking at his past allegations, how they didn't stick, it doesn't look like these are going to stick. Like I said, it doesn't seem like any of these allegations really stick. And it seems like Vince McMahon just keeps bouncing back and bouncing back. But we will definitely see what happens and see where we go. But yes, guys, those are my thoughts on Vince. What are your thoughts? Do you think Vince should return? Do you think he should retire? What do you think about the allegations? Let us know. Make sure you follow PWZ on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter as well. My Twitter handle is AustinBoyer25, so give me a follow. But thank you guys for listening to PWZ. Make sure you check out the sponsors I listed at the beginning of this episode. And I will see you guys next week and as often as possible. So have a great day, guys. God bless and good night.